Movie posters are changed every Thursday. Some corners curl away from the glass held in place with clear tape that catches the afternoon sun. The lobby smells of popcorn, fresh tickets and air conditioning that never quite reaches the front door. The first guests arrive early. A couple stands in front of the poster wall, trying to choose between two films. Someone buys the smallest popcorn, then quietly adds extra butter anyway. A father tears two tickets in half, placing one into a tiny hand that refuses to let go of it until the lights come back on. Screen 3 is now open. The announcement echoes softly. People leave the bright lobby and disappear into the dark hallway. The carpet muffles every footstep, doors open for a moment, spilling a ribbon of light before closing again. Every seat faces the same screen, but everyone carries a different story inside. Some laugh at the same joke, some wipe away quiet tears, some simply lean back, forgetting what time it is for the next 2 hours. About halfway through the film, someone reaches for more popcorn without looking. Ice clinks gently inside paper cups. A phone lights up for a second, then quickly disappears into a pocket near the back row. A child falls asleep before the ending, head resting on a barren shoulder, while the adventure continues without interruption. The credits begin to roll, music fills the room where dialogue used to be. People stand slowly, stretch tired legs, button jackets, and wait politely for the aisle to clear. Someone stays until the very last name fades from the screen. The doors open once again, voices return to the lobby. Friends argue about their favorite scene. Someone recommends the film to a stranger waiting in line. The poster outside still promises the same story, ready for the next audience to discover it in their own way. Grows quiet, an usher walks down the empty aisle, finding one forgotten scarf and an unopened box of candy beneath CF12. The screen turns white, the lights come up outside. Another showtime is already beginning. The little shop sits between a bakery and a locksmith. Its window is filled with umbrellas that never open, only because they're waiting for someone patient enough to fix what the rain forgot. The bell above the door rings, morning, morning. A folded umbrella is placed gently on the counter. The wind caught it yesterday, one metal rib leans the wrong way. The fabric is still dry, but the frame remembers the storm on the workbench. Tiny screws, small springs, and wooden handles rest inside shallow trays, each one waiting for the right umbrella to belong to. Outside, clouds gather without making promises. Inside, a loose thread finds its place again. The repair takes less than 10 minutes, yet no one rushes. Some things simply refuse to be hurried. Not everything broke, it needs replacing. Some things only need steady hands, a quiet afternoon, and someone willing to sit until every piece fits together again. A university student brings in a bright yellow umbrella covered in tiny raindrops. I've had this since high school. The handle is scratched, the strap is missing, one panel is faded from too many summers. Still, when it opens, the whole room feels a little brighter. An elderly gentleman waits by the window reading yesterday's newspaper while the rain finally begins outside. He smiles not because of the weather, but because he won't have to buy another umbrella today. The rain grows heavier, people hurry past, holding umbrellas that lean against the wind. Inside, the workshop stays calm. Raindrops tap against the glass. A kettle whistles softly from the back room. Someone pours tea. No one says much. There isn't much that needs saying. on the counter. The rain continues without noticing. The shop continues without complaining. Day after day, storm after storm, helping ordinary things last a little longer. The rain finally stops, one umbrella remains hanging by the front door, still dripping onto the old wooden floor. By morning, it will be dry, ready for the next sky. The lights turn on, one tank at a time. Blue becomes green, green becomes clear. Tiny bubbles begin their climb, and the whole shop wakes without making a sound. Rows of glass aquariums line the walls, each one holding its own little world. Neon tetras move together like drifting pieces of light. A goldfish follows the same slow circle it followed yesterday. Near the entrance, a bag of fish food waits unopened, balanced beside a stack of empty glass bowls. Do they get lonely? A little boy asks. The shop owner smiles. Some like company, some like being on their own. The boy nods, though he's not sure which one he would choose. Every tank has its own quiet rhythm, a filter softly humming, leaves swaying underwater. Tiny fins catch the light, nothing rushes here. Even time seems to swim a little slower. Someone chooses a piece of driftwood, turning it over 3 or 4 times before deciding it's exactly the right one. A young couple points at a tiny shrimp, clean and smooth stones. An older man arrives with a small plastic container. The guppy had babies again, the owner laughs. Looks like you'll need another tank. Both of them already know that's exactly what will happen. The afternoon sun reaches the front window. For a few quiet minutes, the reflections of passing cars glide across the aquariums, making every fish look as though it's swimming through moving clouds. Then the shadows return, and the bubbles continue rising, exactly as before. One family leaves, carrying a carefully tied bag filled with clear water and 2 tiny fish. The shelves remain full, the tanks remain bright, and somewhere in the back another filter begins to hum, welcoming another little world into the room. The shop grows still, the shop grows still, the shop grows still. Only the bubbles continue, floating patiently from the bottom to the surface again and again, long after the front door has been locked. Small brass bell announces every visitor. Rolled up maps standing tall baskets, their edges softened from years of careful hands. The room smells of old paper, cedar shelves, and a little dust that never seems to leave. One map stretches across the counter, its corners held down by smooth river stones. Blue lines become rivers, thin black lines become roads. Tiny red circles mark towns most people drive past without ever stopping. The traveler traces a finger along a winding coastline. Have you been here? The shop owner smiles, only on paper. Someone unfolds a hiking trail map. Another searches for a railway line that disappeared many years ago. Pages rustle, paper creases, sunlight reaches. The compass rose printed in one corner, making the gold ink shine for a moment. Every map knows where places are, but never tells what they'll feel like. The mountains don't mention the wind, the streets don't mention the music, the ocean doesn't in them. An elderly woman brings in a folded map covered in pencil marks, small circles, tiny arrows, dates written carefully beside forgotten villages. She asks for a protective sleeve, saying, "We've been adding to this for almost 40 years." Nearby, a student buys the cheapest city map, folds it into a back pocket and leaves without opening it. Maybe tomorrow will be the first time. Outside, tourists pause to read street signs. Inside, someone gently rolls a large world map around a cardboard tube. A cotton ribbon is tied around it, not too tight, just enough to keep every continent from wandering apart. By evening, the empty space on one shelf is easy to notice. A coastline has found a new wall. The shop grows quieter, but the journeys have only just begun. The lights dim, one old globe continues turning slowly after being nudged by a passing sleeve. It spins without choosing a destination until it quietly comes to rest. The open 24-hour sign glows against the empty street. Coffee is already brewing. The stools line the counter perfectly straight for about 5 minutes before the first customer arrives. Yeah. A taxi driver takes the seat closest to the window. The usual, he nods, no menu needed across the room. A nurse unties her hair, sets a paper cup beside her phone and lets the silence do most of the talking. The grill hisses, plates warm beneath the heat lamp. Outside, traffic lights change for cars that never come. The jukebox plays a song nobody remembers choosing. A ketchup bottle is passed from one end of the counter to the other. Someone thanks a stranger, someone refills a coffee cup without being asked. The night has its own manners. Some places don't ask where you've been, they simply leave the light on. A warm meal, a clean mug, a seat by the window. Sometimes that's all a long day has been looking for. A college student spreads notebooks across 2 stools, surrounded by formulas that refuse to make sense tonight. Near the kitchen, an old couple shares one slice of pie, trading the last bite back and forth until it grows cold. A delivery rider steps inside, only to escape the rain. 5 minutes later he leaves, smiling, carrying a fresh sandwich wrapped in wax paper. 3 o'clock, the dishwasher hums, the coffee pot is filled again. Someone wipes the counter in slow circles, following reflections instead of crumbs. The clock above the register moves another minute forward, almost unnoticed. Before sunrise, the room begins to change. Construction workers replace night drivers, fresh newspapers land by the entrance. The sky outside softens from black to deep blue. The diner never really closes. It simply hands the morning to someone new. The neon sign still shines through the front window. A coffee mug waits upside down on the drying rack. Outside, the first bus pulls up to the stop across the street. Inside, another pot is already brewing. The front window holds 3 old guitars, a faded amplifier, and a handwritten sign that says, "Strings changed while you wait." The door opens, a tiny bell rings somewhere in the back. Someone is already tuning a piano. Ukuleles hang from the ceiling like little wooden lanterns. Rows of guitar picks fill clear glass jars, sorted by color, though most customers still choose one without looking. A teenager picks up the same acoustic guitar for the third Saturday in a row. He plays the same 4 chords, stops, laughs quietly, then starts again. No one tells him he's playing them wrong. Could you lower the action just a little? The repair bench is covered with tiny tools, coiled strings and pencil marks left directly on the wood. A fresh set of strings catches the light. One gentle turn of the tuning peg, another. The note settles, finally deciding where it belongs. Every instrument is fingerprints hidden somewhere, a worn fret, a polished key, a drumstick marked on an old snare. Songs come and go, but these little traces stay behind, quietly remembering every pair of hands that stopped to play. An elementary school teacher looks for a recorder for Monday's class. A street musician tries 3 harmonicas before finding one that bends the note exactly the way he likes near the piano. A little girl presses one key, then another, then both hands all at once. She laughs before the sound is finished, filling the room across the aisle. Her father smiles, pretending he isn't already convinced. The rain begins outside, people step in just to stay dry. Someone browses vinyl records, someone reads the back of a songbook from 20 years ago. The piano tuner plays the same note again and again until it disappears into perfect silence. The guitars return to their hooks, the amplifier grows quiet. One empty space appears on the wall where a small ukulele used to hang. Tomorrow someone else will stop and say, I'm just looking, and leave, carrying music under one arm. The lights go out, only the piano remains, its last note still gently resting somewhere inside the room. The shop is no bigger than 2 classrooms put together. Sunlight slips through the front window, landing on rows of notebooks stacked neatly by the entrance. A wind chime stirs once, then settles back into the morning. Shelves are filled with pencils, sharpened to perfect points, eraser shaped like little clouds, and pens arranged by ink color. Someone tests a fountain pen on a sheet of scrap paper, drawing slow circles before writing a single name. A notebook closes with the quiet sound of thick paper meeting paper. Do you have this in blue? The shop owner reaches without needing to look. Second shelf, third row behind the sketchbooks. The right box always seems to be exactly where it should be. Some pages begin with plans, some begin with shopping lists. Some become poems, lecture notes, birthday cards, or little reminders written in a hurry. Blank paper never asks what it's about to become. A university student buys highlighters in 5 different colors. An architect chooses a metal ruler that's almost as old as the one still waiting inside the office drawer. Near the coloring books, a little girl carefully compares 2 sticker sheets. One is tiny stars, the other sleepy cats wearing scarves. She studies them like it's the biggest decision of the afternoon. The receipt printer buzzes softly, scissors return to the cup beside the register. Outside, school has just ended. Backpacks fill the sidewalk, the front door opens 3 times in less than a minute, bringing laughter, warm air, and the smell of fresh rain from the street. By closing time, the shelves look almost unchanged. Only a few notebooks, a handful of pencils, and one box of crayons. I found new desks, new backpacks, new stories. Tomorrow, more blank pages will quietly wait for someone to write the first word. The lights fade, one pencil remains on the counter, still perfectly sharp, pointing toward an empty notebook whose first page hasn't been turned just yet. The front window changes every season. Today's filled with paper kites, wooden trains, and a teddy bear wearing a tiny red scarf. Before the door even opens, someone's already standing outside, looking through the glass. The shelves are lower here, made for small hands to reach without asking. Boxes of crayons sit beside jigsaw puzzles. 10 robots stand in neat rows. Their painted smiles never quite the same. A music box plays the same little melody every time someone lifts the lid, and somehow it never gets old. Can I hold it? The shopkeeper nods as the fox changes hands as carefully as a sleeping kitten. Across the aisle, building blocks spill across the floor. Nobody seems bothered. Someone simply kneels down and starts stacking them back into the box, one color at a time. Some toys leave the shop the very same day. Some wait through birthdays, holidays, and rainy afternoons. But every one of them is hoping for a place where imagination does the rest. A grandfather winds up a little metal airplane. It buzzes across the counter, stops and makes him laugh before any child does. Near the back wall, a girl tries on a cardboard crown, then quietly bows to her reflection in the mirror. A boy can't decide between a dinosaur and a rocket ship. His mother smiles. Maybe next time. He nods, already planning what next time will look like. The afternoon sun fills the shop with long golden stripes. Dust floats gently through the light, wrapping paper crinkles softly. Ribbon curls fall from the scissors like little springs, collecting beneath the counter. One paper bag holds a teddy bear, another carries a puzzle with 1,000 tiny pieces. The shelves become just a little lighter, while homes become just a little brighter. Tomorrow, new footsteps will stop at the window, press curious faces against the glass, and wonder which story they home. To close, the music box plays one last time. As it's gently placed back on the shelf outside, the street lights begin to glow inside. The teddy bear still waits by the window, smiling at everyone who walks by. Before the beach gets busy, the bicycles are already outside. Blue ones, green ones, white ones, front wheels turn toward the road, as if they're all waiting for the same first customer. The chalkboard by the door reads hourly, half day, full day. The prices haven't changed since last summer. Helmets hang from wooden hooks. A basket of maps rests beside a jar of sunscreen that anyone can use. Someone pumps air into the front tire. A bicycle number 12, one squeeze then another. The tire answers with quiet confidence. Do you have one with a basket? Of course. The owner points to a cream-colored bicycle parked near the window. A tiny brass bell rings once. When the handlebars turn, the sound is small, but somehow that makes everyone smile. Some rides, but only 20 minutes, some last until sunset. Some are planned, some begin because the weather looks too beautiful to stay indoors. Every road feels a little different when the journey starts on two wheels. A family leaves together, each bicycle a different color. The youngest rider checks the bell every few meters just because it's there. Later, a traveler returns alone, placing a handful of seashells inside the front basket before handing back the key. Found these near the lighthouse. The owner nods. Good place to watch the evening. No brochure ever mentions that. The afternoon breeze carries the smell of salt and warm pavement. A mechanic hangs a fresh chain on the repair stand. Another bicycle gets new brake cables. Grease stains the edge of a cloth while a radio plays softly from somewhere behind the counter. By closing time, the row of bicycles looks complete again. Sand brushes off the pedals, keys return to the numbered hooks. The chalkboard stays outside, ready to greet tomorrow's riders who haven't yet decided which road they'll remember most. The last bicycle rests against the rack. Its front wheel turns just a little, slowing until it quietly comes to a stop. Morning light slips through the front window, landing softly on straw hats, wool caps and wide brims lined up along the wall. The shop feels quiet as if every hat is waiting for the weather it belongs to. A mirror stands near the entrance, slightly taller than everyone who walks in. Someone tries on a navy bucket hat. Another reaches for a cream-colored sun hat with a ribbon that refuses to stay tied. The shopkeeper straightens it once, smiles, and lets the customer look again. Sometimes the second look is the one that matters. Too big, just a little. A strip of soft foam is tucked inside the band. The hat settles comfortably. No one notices the adjustment. Only the person wearing it can feel the difference. Some hats follow summer beaches. Some belong to snowy mornings. Some spend years hanging quietly by the front door, waiting for unexpected rain. Long walks or ordinary afternoons that turn into memories. A traveler chooses a straw hat before leaving for the islands. A chef stops in, looking for a simple black cap for the walk home. Near the back shelf, a little boy tries on a hat far too large for his head. It slips over his eyes, the whole shop laughs. Even he does, though he can't see anyone. Outside, the wind grows stronger. Inside, hat boxes slide neatly beneath the counter. A measuring tape circles another head. One pencil mark is added to a small notebook that has been used for years. Its corners softened by familiar hands. By evening, a few empty spaces appear along the shelves. Not many, just enough to notice. Tomorrow, new hats will take their place and new faces will stand before the mirror, tilting the brim just a little, searching for the one that already feels like theirs. The lights dim, one straw hat remains in the front window, catching the last golden light before the glass becomes a reflection. of the quiet street. Kettle begins before the first customer does. Steam drifts toward the ceiling, curling around wooden beams that have watched countless quiet mornings outside. Bicycles pass inside, the cups are already warm. Yeah, small glass jars line the highest shelf. Jasmine, chamomile, Earl Grey, oolong, each labeled in slightly different handwriting, added over the years instead of all at once. A woman pauses longer than expected, lifting one lid then another. She smiles. This one smells like my grandmother's kitchen. The shopkeeper nods as though he's heard that sentence before. Water meets leaves, nothing happens for a moment, then slowly the color begins to change. Golden, amber, deep brown. No one stirs the cup too soon. Good tea, like good conversations, takes a little patience. Some people come for the tea, some come for the chair by the window. Some come because no one minds if they stay long after the cup is empty. The room never asks how long you'll be. It simply makes space. A novelist fills 3 pages without looking up. An elderly couple shares one pot and the same story they've told every Thursday for as long as anyone remembers. A traveler unfolds a train ticket beside a ceramic cup, checking the departure time and deciding there's still enough time for one more sip. Outside, the wind scatters a few leaves across a stone path. Inside, someone laughs softly, careful not to disturb the quiet. The afternoon light moves slowly from table to table. Empty teapots return to the counter. Clean cups take their place. A bamboo whisk dries beside the sink. The kettle sings again, not loudly, just enough to remind the room that another cup is about to begin. One by one, the table's empty, books close, scarves are folded, coins rest beside handwritten receipts. The last pot is poured, the final chair slides gently beneath the table, and tomorrow's conversations quietly away inside rows of unopened leaves. The sign turns to closed. The kettle cools outside. The street keeps moving inside. The fragrance of tea lingers in the air, as though the room is still holding everyone who stopped by today. Movie posters are changed every Thursday. Some corners curled away from the glass, held in place with clear tape that catches the afternoon sun. The lobby smells of popcorn, fresh tickets, and air conditioning that never quite reaches the front door. First guests arrive early. A couple stands in front of the poster wall, trying to choose between 2 films. Someone buys the smallest popcorn, then quietly adds extra butter anyway. A father tears 2 tickets in half, placing one into a tiny hand that refuses to let go of it until the lights come back on. Screen 3 is now open. The announcement echoes softly. People leave the bright lobby and disappear into the dark hallway. The carpet muffles every footstep. Doors open for a moment, spilling a ribbon of light before closing again. Every seat faces the same screen, but everyone carries a different story inside. Some laugh at the same joke, some wipe away quiet tears, some simply lean back, forgetting what time it is for the next 2 hours. Halfway through the film, someone reaches for more popcorn without looking. Ice clinks gently inside paper cups. A phone lights up for a second and quickly disappears into a pocket near the back row. A child falls asleep before the ending, head resting on a parent's shoulder while the adventure continues without interruption. The credits begin to roll, music fills the room where dialogue used to be. People stand slowly, stretch tie legs, button jackets, and wait politely for the aisle to clear. Someone stays until the very last name fades from the screen. The doors open once again, voices return to the lobby. Friends argue about their favorite scene. Someone recommends the film to a stranger waiting in line. The poster outside still promises the same story. Ready for the next audience to discover it in their own way. The theater grows quiet, an usher walks down the empty aisle, finding one forgotten scarf and an unopened box of candy beneath seat F12. The screen turns white, the lights come up outside. Another show time is already beginning. The little shop sits between a bakery and a locksmith. This window is filled with umbrellas that never open, only because they're waiting for someone patient enough to fix what the rain forgot. The bell above the door rings, morning, morning. A folded umbrella is placed gently on the counter. The wind caught it yesterday. One metal rib leans the wrong way. The fabric is still dry, but the frame remembers the storm. On the workbench, tiny screws, small springs and wooden handles rest inside shallow trays, each one waiting for the right umbrella to belong to. Outside, clouds gather without making promises. Inside, a loose thread finds its place again. The repair takes less than 10 minutes. No one rushes, some things simply refuse to be hurried. Not everything broken needs replacing. Some things only need steady hands, a quiet afternoon, and someone willing to sit until every piece fits together again. No. A university student brings in a bright yellow umbrella covered in tiny raindrops. I've had this since high school. The handle is scratched, the strap is missing, one panel has faded from too many summers. Still, when it opens, the whole room feels a little brighter. An elderly gentleman waits by the window, reading yesterday's newspaper, while the rain finally begins outside. He smiles not because of the weather, but because he won't have to buy another umbrella today. The rain grows heavier, people hurry past, holding umbrellas that lean against the wind inside. The workshop stays calm, raindrops tap against the glass. A kettle whistles softly from the back room, someone pours tea. No one says much, there isn't much that needs saying. One repaired umbrella leaves beneath one arm, another takes its place on the counter. The rain continues without noticing, the shop continues without complaining. Day after day, storm after storm, helping ordinary things last a little longer. Near closing, the rain finally stops. One umbrella remains hanging by the front door, still dripping onto the old wooden floor. By morning it will be dry, ready for the next guy. The sign above the door says repairs while you wait, though everyone knows the waiting is part of the repair. Morning light settles across a row of cameras, each one with its own quiet story. The leather camera strap hangs from a wooden peg, its edges softened by years of familiar shoulders. A film camera rests on a folded towel. The rewind lever moves halfway, then stops. It started sticking last month. The technician nods, reaches for the smallest screwdriver on the bench in the room, falls into comfortable silence. Tiny Tiny screws gather inside a magnetic tray. A lens cloth circles the glass, one careful turn at a time. Outside, someone pauses to photograph the shop window, never noticing the cameras inside watching back. Some cameras travel the world, some never leave their hometown. Some capture birthdays, holidays, ordinary Tuesdays, over a dog asleep beneath the kitchen table. Every shutter holds a moment that won't happen twice. A traveler arrives with sand still caught inside the camera bag. The beach was beautiful until this stopped working. Nearby, an old photographer collects a lens he's owned longer than most cars stay on the road. He lifts it toward the light, turns the focus ring and smiles before taking a single picture of nothing in particular. Late afternoon fills the workshop with warm reflections. Open lens caps sit upside down like little black bowls. A memory card waits patiently beside a roll of film, old and new, sharing the same workbench without arguing about which came first. One camera leaves with a fresh shutter, another arrives wrapped inside a faded scarf. The repair book fills one careful line at a time. Tomorrow someone else will step inside, holding a favorite camera, the way people hold things they're not quite ready to replace. The bench is clear, the last lens wears its cap again. Outside, the evening sky turns the shop window into a mirror. Inside, one tiny green light blinks once, then quietly fades. The kettle begins before the first customer does. Steam drifts toward the ceiling, curling around wooden beams that have watched countless quiet mornings outside. Bicycles pass inside, the cups are already warm. Small glass jars line the highest shelf. Jasmine, chamomile, Earl Grey, oolong, each labeled in slightly different handwriting added over the years instead of all at once. A woman pauses longer than expected, lifting one lid then another. She smiles, this one smells like my grandmother's kitchen. The shopkeeper nods as though he's heard that sentence before. Water meets leaves, nothing happens for a moment. Then slowly the color begins to change. Golden, amber, deep brown. No one stirs the cup too soon. Good tea like good conversations. Takes a little patience. Some people come for the tea, some come for the chair by the window. Some come because no one minds if they stay long after the cup is empty. The room never asks how long you'll be. It simply space. A novelist fills 3 pages without looking up. An elderly couple shares one pot and the same story they've told every Thursday for as long as anyone remembers. A traveler unfolds a train ticket beside a ceramic cup, checking the departure time, then deciding there's still enough time for one more sip. Outside, the wind scatters a few leaves across the stone path. Inside, someone laughs softly, careful not to disturb the quiet. The afternoon light moves slowly from table to table. Empty teapots return to the counter. Clean cups take their place. A bamboo whisk dries beside the sink. The kettle sings again, not loudly, just enough to remind the room that another cup is about to begin. One by one, the table's empty, books closed, scarves are folded, coins rest beside handwritten receipts. The last pot is poured, the final chair slides gently beneath the table, and tomorrow's conversations quietly wait inside rows of unopened leaves. The sign turns to close, the kettle cools outside, the street keeps moving inside. The fragrance of tea lingers in the air as though the room turn on, one tank at a time. Blue becomes green, green becomes clear. Tiny bubbles begin their climb, and the whole shop wakes without making a sound. Rows of glass aquariums line the walls, each one holding its own little world. Neon tetras move together like drifting pieces of light. A goldfish follows the same slow circle it followed yesterday. Near the entrance, a bag of fish food waits unopened, balanced beside a stack of empty glass bowls. Do they get lonely? A little boy asks. The shop owner smiles. Some like company, some like being on their own. The boy nods, though he's not sure which one he would choose. Every tank has its own quiet rhythm. A filter softly humming, leaves swaying underwater. Tiny fins catching the light, nothing rushes here. Even time seems to swim a little slower. Someone chooses a piece of driftwood, turning it over 3 or 4 times before deciding it's exactly the right one. A young couple points at a tiny shrimp cleaning smooth stones. An older man arrives with a small plastic container. The guppy had babies again, the owner laughs. Looks like you'll need another tank. Both of them already know that's exactly what will happen. The afternoon sun reaches the front window. For a few quiet minutes, the reflections of passing cars glide across the aquariums, making every fish look as though it's swimming through moving clouds. Then the shadows return and the bubbles continue rising, exactly as before. One family leaves carrying a carefully tied bag filled with clear water and 2 tiny fish. The shelves remain full, the tanks remain bright, and somewhere in the back another filter begins to hum, welcoming another little world into the room. The shop grows still, only the bubbles continue, floating patiently from the bottom to the surface again and again, long after the front door has been locked. A small brass bell announces every visitor. Rolled up maps stand in tall baskets, their edges softened from years of careful hands. The room smells of old paper, cedar shelves, and a little dust that never seems to leave. One map stretches across the counter, its corners held down by smooth river stones. Blue lines become rivers, thin black lines become roads. Tiny red circles mark towns most people drive past without ever stopping. A traveler traces a finger along a winding coastline. Have you been here? The shop owner smiles, only on paper. Someone unfolds a hiking trail map, another search for a railway line that disappeared many years ago. Pages rustle, paper creases, sunlight reaches the compass rose, printed in one corner, making the gold ink shine for a moment. Every map knows where places are, but never tells what they'll feel like. The mountains don't mention the wind, the streets don't mention the music, the ocean doesn't promise calm. Some journeys can only be learned by walking them. An elderly woman brings in a folded map covered in pencil marks, small circles, tiny arrows, dates written carefully beside forgotten villages. She asks for a protective sleeve, saying, "We've been adding to this for almost 40 years." Nearby, a student buys the cheapest city map, folds it into a back pocket, and leaves without opening it. Maybe tomorrow will be the first time. Outside, tourists tourists pause to read street signs. Inside, someone gently rolls a large world map around a cardboard tube. A cotton ribbon is tied around it, not too tight, just enough to keep every continent from wandering apart by evening. The empty space on one shelf is easy to notice. A coastline has found a new wall, a mountain range will soon be pinned above someone's desk. The shop grows quieter, but the journeys have only just begun. The lights dim, one old globe continues, turning slowly after being nudged by a passing sleep. It spins without choosing a destination until it quietly comes to rest. The open 24-hour sign glows against the empty street. Coffee's already brewing. The stools line the counter perfectly straight for about 5 minutes before the first customer arrives. A taxi driver takes the seat closest to the window. The usual, he nods, no menu needed. Across the room, a nurse unties her hair, sets a paper cup beside her phone, and lets the silence do most of the talking. The grill hisses, plates warm beneath the heat lamp outside. Traffic lights change for cars that never come. The jukebox plays a song nobody remembers choosing. A ketchup bottle is passed from one end of the counter to the other. Someone thanks a stranger, someone refills a coffee cup without being asked. The night has its own manners. Some places don't ask where you've been, they simply leave the light on. A warm meal, a clean mug, a seat by the window. Sometimes that's all a long day has been looking for. A college student spreads notebooks across 2 stools, surrounded by formulas that refuse to make sense tonight. Near the kitchen, an old couple shares one slice of pie, trading the last bite back and forth until it grows cold. The delivery rider steps inside, only to escape the rain. 5 minutes later, he leaves smiling, carrying a fresh sandwich wrapped in wax paper. 3 o'clock, the dishwasher hums, the coffee pot is filled again. Someone wipes the counter in slow circles, following reflections instead of crumbs. The clock above the register moves another minute forward, almost unnoticed. Before sunrise, the room begins to change. Construction workers replace night drivers. Fresh newspapers land by the entrance. The sky outside softens from black to deep blue. The diner never really closes, it simply hands the morning to someone new. The neon sign still shines through the front window. A coffee mug waits upside down on the drying rack outside. The first bus pulls up to the stop across the street. Inside, another pot is already brewing. The front window holds 3 old guitars, a faded amplifier, and a handwritten sign that says strings changed while you wait. The door opens, a tiny bell rings. Somewhere in the back, someone is already tuning a piano. Ukuleles hang from the ceiling like little wooden lanterns. Rows of guitar picks fill clear glass jars, sorted by color. The most customers still choose one without looking. A teenager picks up the same acoustic guitar for the 3rd Saturday in a row. row. He plays the same 4 chords, stops, laughs quietly, then starts again. No one tells him he's playing them wrong. Could you lower the action just a little? The repair bench is covered with tiny tools, coiled strings and pencil marks left directly on the wood. A fresh set of strings catches the light, one gentle turn of the tuning peg, another, the note settles, finally deciding where it belongs. Every instrument has fingerprints hidden somewhere, a worn fret, a polished key, a drumstick marked on an old snare. Songs come and go, but these little traces stay behind, quietly remembering every pair of hands that stop to play. Yeah. An elementary school teacher looks for a chord of Monday's class. A street musician tries 3 harmonicas before finding one that bends the note exactly the way he likes. Near the piano, a little girl presses one key, then another, then both hands all at once. She laughs before the sound has finished filling the room across the aisle. Her father smiles, pretending he isn't already convinced. The rain begins outside, people step in just to stay dry. Someone browses vinyl records, someone reads the back of a songbook from 20 years ago. The piano tuner plays the same note again and again, until it disappears into perfect silence. By evening, the guitars return to their hooks, the amplifier grows quiet. One empty space appears on the wall where a small ukulele used to hang. Tomorrow someone else will stop and say, I'm just looking, and leave, carrying music under one arm. The lights go out, only the piano remains, its last note still gently resting somewhere inside the room. The shop is no bigger than 2 classrooms put together. Sunlight slips through the front window, landing on rows of notebooks stacked neatly by the entrance. A wind chime stirs once and settles back into the morning. Shelves are filled with pencils, sharpened to perfect points. Erasers shaped like little clouds and pens arranged by ink color. Someone tests a fountain pen on a sheet of scrap paper, drawing slow circles before writing a single name. A notebook closes with the quiet sound of thick paper meeting paper. Do you have this in blue? The shop owner reaches without needing to look. Second shelf, 3rd row behind the sketchbooks. The right box always seems to be exactly where it should be. Some pages begin with plans, some begin with shopping lists, some become poems, lecture notes, birthday cards, little reminders written in a hurry, blank paper. Never ask what it's about to become. A university student buys highlighters in 5 different colors. An architect chooses a metal ruler that's almost as old as the one still waiting inside the office drawer. Near the coloring books, a little girl carefully compares 2 sticker sheets. One has tiny stars, the other sleepy cats wearing scarves. She studies them like it's the biggest decision of the afternoon. The receipt printer buzzes softly, scissors return to the cup beside the register. Outside, school has just ended. Backpacks fill the sidewalk, the front door opens 3 times in less than a minute, bringing laughter, warm air, and the smell of fresh rain from the street. By closing time, the shelves look almost unchanged. Only a few notebooks, a handful of pencils, and 1 box of crayons are found. New desks, new backpacks, new stories. Tomorrow, more blank pages will quietly wait for someone to write the first word. One pencil remains on the counter, still perfectly sharp, pointing toward an empty notebook whose first page hasn't been turned just yet. Just yet. Before sunrise, the bundles arrive, newspapers tied with rough twine, magazines stacked by the door, and a kettle quietly steaming behind the counter. The street hasn't found its voice yet. The front page changes every morning, the old one folds away without complaint. A man in a brown coat buys the same newspaper every day, then spends 10 minutes reading only the crossword next to the register. Postcards spin slowly on a wire rack, showing beaches, mountains, and city skylines to people who only stop to buy gum. Do you still sell stamps? Top drawer. The answer comes before the drawer opens. Someone buys a notebook, a pen, and a chocolate bar. None of them were on the list when they walked in. Little shops, no small habits. Which newspaper belongs to which customer? Who always asks for exact change? Who lingers just long enough to finish the weather forecast? The shelves remember, even if no one else does. A schoolboy counts coins twice before choosing a comic book. A cyclist grabs a bottle of water, checks the sky, and decides to leave the rain jacket zipped halfway near the window. A tourist unfolds a city map across the magazine shelf, trying to match street names to unfamiliar corners. The shopkeeper points left, then right, then smiles. You'll know it when you see it. The afternoon grows warmer, ice melts inside the drink's cooler. The newspaper wrap becomes lighter, one edition at a time. Outside, the traffic light changes. Inside, someone carefully returns a magazine to exactly the place they found it. Tomorrow's headlines haven't been printed yet. Tomorrow's customers haven't opened the door, but the kettle will boil again. The postcards will keep turning. The bundles will arrive before sunrise, just as they always have. The last newspaper rests alone on the wooden rack. The lights switch off outside, the street continues home. Inside, tomorrow is already waiting behind a locked door.